here getting into fall in Nebraska, it's a good time to start thinking about how we're going to prep our plants to get through the winter that's here to come. Of course, we don't know whether we're going to have a lot of moisture or a little bit of moisture, but where we've been in a drought here lately, it's important to give your trees and your shrubs and perennials just a little bit extra attention going into the winter. Some of the things that you can do to help them get through the winter is to get some mulch down around their root systems, pull that grass away. If you do have grass growing up around the base of your trees, when you're adding mulch to your trees and shrubs and perennials for the fall, it's good to get a really good thick layer on there. That's going to help insulate the soil so that way it doesn't snap freeze as fast. It's going to actually change temperature more slowly than rapidly. Also, having that thick layer of mulch on there is going to be able to help hold some of that moisture in that soil around those root systems to try and keep a consistent environment that the roots are going to want to be living in. If your root zone actually dries out over winter, some of your plants can begin to shrink their root system to try and conserve some energy. And so it's definitely important to make sure that we have a consistent environment for our roots to grow in. As far as watering goes through the winter, it's really important to think about if you have an automatic irrigation system, it's going to be likely running from May to October, which is only 6 months out of the year that you are essentially bottle feeding your plants. But then once that system is shut off and blown out and your trees are reliant on Mother Nature, and if she doesn't provide very much, your trees and shrubs are probably going to dry out pretty quick. If you have any days above 40 degrees, you can go out with a garden hose, let that hose soak in for a little while, get your trees watered. It doesn't matter if they're young, old, big, or small. Just make sure that you are helping those trees along. Pay attention to how much moisture is in the ground all the way through the winter. As the trees drop their leaves in the fall, they expose all of their structural integrity, their structural form. It's really helpful to be able to go out, look at your tree during this time, identify any bark inclusions or poor branch attachments. Maybe there was a storm that came through and caused a branch to just twist and snap, but it didn't break all the way. You can see that much easier when those leaves are off. Pruning in late winter, around March, is a really great time after that tree has gone into dormancy. Then you're able to correct any of those issues that you might be able to see while those leaves are off.